let's talk for a few minutes about the art of power when not in conflict. So this is what you want to do. These are the things that you want to be focused on when you're not in any kind of direct confrontation, any kind of direct conflict, when you're at sort of a homeostatic position. So we've got four different things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about action, information, Go versus chess, and the cycles of life. So the actions that we want to be pursuing, that we want to be maintaining when we're not directly in conflict are very simple. You want to keep yourself and your team well organized and drilled. This just means constant training, constant reinforcement of your skills, constant honing of your skills. And you want to accustom yourself to hardship. Very, very simple. Keep yourself prepared, basically. You want to maintain a good amount of information. That means learning the lay of the land. That lay of the land idiom could mean a lot of different things. You just want to understand the internal and external environment as much as possible. Know your own playing field first and best. This comes down to understanding the internal environment, whether that's in your own headspace, in your own organization, or in your own city, in your own geographic location, or whatever. Because what's true for you is oftentimes true of your opponents. So the mountains, rivers, and streams in your area are probably very, very similar or share similarities with the mountains, rivers, and streams in your opponent's territory. The thoughts you think in your mind are probably similar to the types of thoughts that your opponent thinks in his mind. Your market is probably similar to your opponent's market, and so on. Next, we want to talk about Go versus chess. So Go is just this type of game. You might have seen it. It's called Paduk, or different things in different countries in Asia. It's played with these white and black stones, or white and black tiles, and it looks a little bit like chess. But the difference between chess and Go is that chess is a game of attrition. The goal of chess is to sacrifice everything you have to sacrifice and take out as much of the opponent's resources as possible. And that's really, really not the best way to orient yourself as far as strategy goes. What you really want to think about is playing Go. Now with Go, what you try to do is occupy as much of the board as possible with as few resources as possible. So rather than just trying to win by attrition, by slaughter, you want to try and win by using the fewest resources to occupy the most territory. A good example of this is the Vietnam War. One of the main reasons why the United States lost the Vietnam War is because the American general, General Westmoreland, was trying to play chess. He was going for a victory by attrition, and within the context of that, being willing to sacrifice thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of his troops. The North Vietnamese general, whose name was General Giap, was playing a game of Go. Completely different strategy. He was trying to occupy as much of the playing board as possible with the fewest possible, using the fewest possible of his pieces. That's the difference between a good guerrilla campaign and a traditional military campaign, and I really think you should go and study the game of chess. Within the context of the four quadrants of power, I don't really have time to teach you Go or Paduk right now, but I highly suggest that you learn how to play Go or Paduk and really, really get into that, because playing Go is a great way to develop your strategic mind and to shift your focus away from victory by attrition to victory by occupying as much space with as few resources as possible. And then finally, we want to talk about the different cycles of life. I've got this little note up here that says some people freeze to death in winter, others go skiing. And we want to look at what's the difference. We're going to look at that difference here in a little bit and talk about these different cycles of life. the spring cycle, the summer cycle, the fall cycle, and the winter cycle. Obviously, each one of these cycles of life corresponds to one of the quadrants in the four quadrants of power. We'll talk more about these different cycles of life later, but I just want you to be thinking about this. Some people freeze to death in winter. Others go skiing. What's the difference?